Hello there! Chapter 4's final season is here, The Last Resort. A season with a vampire as the main antagonist who can travel through time. This update brings a host of new map changes, a ton of questionable lore for the story lovers out there like you and I, and we'll break it all down together. First, take my creator code in the face. Here you go, I'm ADAMARU, let's do this! The new season has 3 major map updates, with Lonely Labs, the area around Rowdy Acres, and the Citadel all going away, replaced with Sanguine Suites, Relentless Retreat, and Eclipsed Estate. But the changes begin before that. Like in the pre-match lobby, the view of our island is now obscured by this landmass. Upon it is a sculpture just like those found in the new POIs, so we can safely say that the Eclipse brought that here with Kado. The big bad guy, Kado Thorn, is found in Eclipsed Estate, a POI that has obliterated the Citadel. The place we believe Geno left a snapshot to rule over his kingdom, it's now gone. Forever. And it pains me to say this, but the Rift Gate has also been removed. Rift Warden Stellan's attempt to open a door to other worlds ended in disaster, and now it's forgotten. RIP storyline from Chapter 4 Season 1. I think it's fair to say this POI is superior. Here it's possible to locate one of Kado's vaults and a chance to pick up a single item from his collection, and from our Fortnite history. On the way into his room, keep an eye on the walkway. It's possible to see other items he's taken over time, which include recent things like the statues that guard the old Citadel and those found at Brutal Bastion. But it's the other side of the room that has the wow factor. Is this the Hand of Midas? It's a very similar pose to his old promo shots. What could this mean? Well, it could mean 2 things. One, it's a sculpture adorned in gold, which makes a lot of sense. Or this is Midas's real hand. And I don't think Fortnite would go that dark. Or would they? If a new Midas skin releases with only one hand, we know why. Next to the oversized Greco-Roman shield thingy is another puzzling artifact. A piece of stone with markings upon it. I first thought these were the same as those seen in Chapter 3. If you can remember that far back, each of the 7 had their own column of rock to represent them. A few of these definitely line up, but not all. So then I went all the way back to Chapter 1, Season 7, and the Ice King's Castle. In there was a circular table, just like this picture, with many symbols. I don't have a good enough shot to look at these, but I was wondering if this ties back to that event. And then, according to Leaker Fort Tory, this item is named the Looper's Calendar. So it's important, but I have no idea how. Can anyone help me out here? At these new locations is a familiar pattern on many doors. Yes, it's the crescent shape for the season, but it's also a shape we found on the 0 Points Vault 2 seasons ago. Once again proving the story is far bigger than that one orb of power. Which is quite a good thing, because the 0 Point remains a rusted ball bearing in the middle of the map right now, for a 2nd season. Anyway, back to this location. Before we move on, there's another vault down here we can't open yet. And of course we had to check what's behind it. Are you ready? Absolutely nothing. Anticlimax or what? There are stairs behind here, so maybe in a future update we will see what is down these stairs. Maybe it's the room from the trailer. I next visited the sleeping 0 Point and the apparatus, and to my surprise, it was still there, yet not working. In fact, it's really glitchy right now with floating pedestals and totally breakable footings. I'm sure this will be updated, but right now you can hide underneath the apparatus. The second new POI has replaced the frosty Lonely Labs with sunny Sanguine Suites, a hotel no less, and this hotel is fully high class, luxurious pools, bar and dining, and of course another vault to ransack. And check out the artwork here, it is very postmodern with cubist sensibilities, don't you think? And is that Sloan? How many people can rock a yellow pair of glasses and still look good doing it? In fact, we should have an artwork section right now. Because it's possible to find many art referencing pieces of Fortnite lore, like that time we flipped an island. And remember when tons of cubes sprouted out of the ground? Good memories. And is this lady from the Chrome season? And of course the time the island flew in the air thanks to Kevin the Cube. Oh, good memories, bro. But there's one picture which is so important to the lore, I have to show you it now. Take a look at this. The Mona Lisa has never looked so good. Beautiful. The final new POI introduced this season replaces the lower left corner of the island, and I don't think anyone ever actually went down there. And it's now a rehab centre for retired Fortnite pros. Relentless Retreat is a perfect crescent shape, and my OCD appreciates that. Thank you, Fortnite devs. Elsewhere on the island, there are updates you may have missed, like this tiny change thanks to a misplaced Marvel document last season. The community thought a desk with a Stark Industries folder on it was a sign that Iron Man was returning to the story. Well, the Fortnite devs in charge of that made sure there was no more talk of it and completely removed that desk and its contents. The table has now been updated. No more Marvel. Elsewhere, you've probably noticed the huge radio towers that give the island the best Wi-Fi and cellular connection in history. These things are in fact storm forecast towers, as when a key applied from a nearby NPC will highlight the next safe zone from the storm. Pretty useful. And finally, over to the barn at Frenzy Fields. This is the home of the Heist gang. It's only quite humble right now, but I'm sure as we gather more loot, things will upgrade here. And I absolutely need to know what this crystal thing here is. Whatever it is, I like to look at it. This is also where we meet Nolan Chance, the mastermind behind the heists against Kato Thorne. And a little lore can be found here too. It's revealed that Sloan is the one who put our name forward to join this crack team, which gets me wondering why. So here's my take on what happened this season and how it links to last season. The Wild season showed us a civilization who were waiting for the eclipse, which brings Kato Thorne to their homeland. This happened so regularly that they built monuments to celebrate this godlike being, and also a telescope that could plot the next eclipse, and therefore tell us when their god is returning. With this information in mind, Sloan began to plan, and we've already seen her goal in the trailer. Kato Thorne can time travel. He went back to Oro's release date to take a souvenir for himself and his collection. My bet is that Sloan intends to steal, or maybe simply use, that time travel vehicle to go back and change something we've lived through before. It could be the IO fighting for the island, it could be the Marvel event, it could be hiring Agent Jones, or it could be to go back and fix all the plot issues. That chair is the key to our future and our past. Didn't Optimus Prime say something similar to that?
The key to your future lies in the past.
Our vampiric enemy is also shown to have a Jonesy snapshot in jail. Once we find him, we'll know more. And once Fort Nightmares arrives, I really think things will get good. For now, get to know the island and those vaults, as the biggest heist in history is coming soon. I'm Adam, you're awesome. I'll see you next time. If Kato Thorne is a vampire, can someone try and take him outdoors to see what type of vampire he is? I'm hoping he's a glittery one, like the ones in Twilight.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.